You're no longer looking at a passive reflection. We're looking at a highly engineered diagnostic landscape of identity. And, well, that is our mission for today's deep dive.
It's a heavy one today.
It really is. For you listening right now, we are unpacking a single, staggeringly heavy sentence from what reads like the literal operating manual for modern power. It's a work called The Architect of the Public Persona.
Such an evocative title.
Right. And the specific sentence we are deconstructing today is this heading here: meeting your future self before the nation meets you.
Hi
It's so
everybody,
intense. It
genuine,
frames the people on our screens not as, organically
connections
evolving
are
individuals, but
very much
as
required to be
deliberate, calculated constructions
um,
built by unseen hands.
Okay, let's
created
unpack
in
this.
order to
Imagine looking in a mirror,
be able
but the
to
reflection isn't you today. It's a highly polished, strategically designed version of who you were supposed to be 10 years from now. That is the vibe we're getting from this text.
That analogy is spot on, and I think we have to start with the blueprint of that construction, specifically the choice of the word architect.
Yes, let's start there. Because in standard PR terminology, we usually hear about managers or publicists or strategists. Why architect?
Well, think about the difference in scope.
Right, because a manager maintains a building. A manager makes sure the plumbing works and the windows are clean. But an architect?
An architect draws the blueprints from a dirt lot.
Exactly. They survey the empty space, they pour a concrete foundation, and they decide exactly where the load-bearing walls are going to go.
Using the word architect really implies that the public persona isn't a natural evolution of the human being at all. It's a rigid, artificial structure built entirely from the ground up.
Which is kind of terrifying if you think about it.
It is. The terminology demands a complete, unbridgeable separation of the authentic self from the public persona. An architect imposes their will on an environment.
They calculate stress loads and design for very specific intended uses.
Right. So if a persona requires an architect, it means the natural personality of the subject is considered, well, fundamentally insufficient.
Or just too structurally unsound for the environment they're about to enter.
Precisely.
I mean, if we think about what a load-bearing wall looks like in human behavior, it's not just a set of memorized talking points.
No, it's way deeper than that.
It's like that calculated 5-second pause before answering a difficult interview question. Or it's the specific, highly curated anecdote about a childhood struggle deployed at the exact right moment to demonstrate empathy.
Oh, totally. Those are the structural pillars holding up the entire persona.
Right, and when a public figure goes off script and permanently damages their career, we usually just view it as a simple mistake. Like, oh, they had a bad day.
But from the perspective of this text, they aren't just making a gaffe, they are actively kicking out one of those load-bearing pillars.
Wow, yeah.
The structure structurally fails because a raw, unedited human reaction was introduced into a rigid system designed to only support calculated outputs.
Let me push back on the idea of this incredibly rigid structure for a second, though.
Today, go for it.
If we look at the current media landscape, the public seems to constantly demand authenticity. Like we see the rise of TikTok, behind-the-scenes vlogs, public figures posting unfiltered shaky cam videos from their really messy kitchens.
Right, the relatable content.
Yeah, exactly. Doesn't the modern public actually reject the overly polished, architected persona? It seems like people want raw humanity now more than ever.
I see where you're coming from, but that messy authenticity is arguably the most sophisticated blueprint an architect can draw right now.
Wait, really? Even the messy kitchen videos?
Oh, absolutely. What seems like an off-the-cuff video in a messy kitchen is often meticulously storyboarded. The messiness is just a different stylistic choice.
Like architectural brutalism instead of neoclassical design.
That is a perfect way to put it. It's an aesthetic. The public doesn't actually want true, raw humanity.
Because true humanity is kind of unpleasant sometimes.
Exactly. True, unfiltered humanity involves deep hypocrisy, mundane boredom, offensive contradictions, and just prolonged silences. What the public wants is the aesthetic of raw humanity, safely contained within recognizable, digestible boundaries.
So the messy kitchen